Hello everyone, welcome back to a new YouTube cast. Today we're going to be having a look at a game between Patience in the bottom left and Ragnarok here in the bottom right on Golden Wall. Actually being one of the better maps in this map, or at least producing a lot of great games. You see a 17 hatch, which is very non-standard. Usually we see a 16 hatch out of Zerg players, so it's interesting to note. Of course, another thing that's interesting to note on this map is the gold base. The fact that there's two sides which you can play. If you remove these minerals or these minerals in the middle, a bottom side becomes available for both players to expand to walk around, to perhaps even kill an Urubu here and there, as we see one of these lovely birds. Just chilling around, not quite being aware of the danger that people like me present to his presence. Now, if Patience coming out with a, seemed to be a gateway scout, did not manage to block that hatchery, and with a 17 hatch you're always going to be able to block it. So just a gateway scout into a core. Ooh, this is an interesting wall. This to me looks like he's going to need to wall here with a pylon. One thing that you can do, which is a neat little trick, if you put the cyber core up here, it's very easy for you to wall with a third big building, most likely a gateway. Imagine if you put this cyber core just one block down over here, then with a 3x3 building this forms a complete wall, of course with one hole in it, in which you can still walk out. Now, something you can do here is you can full wall this if you want to, then start mining the backdoor minerals and take this as a third. So that's still a possibility as well, as we see the second pylon going up in the main base of Patience. And interestingly enough, we see Ragnarok with a forward gold base. So he's going to be very rich. You see a Robo coming out here of Patience. Now this is one of those things which isn't very common in this matchup anymore. Of course, we're all too familiar with the Glaive Adept builds. We're familiar with Oracle openers, as we had those for years now, but Robo builds kind of fallen out of fashion. If you would have spoken with me last year around this time, I would have told you, oh, Robo builds are great, but the Zergs have just gotten too good at countering them. They know how to fight against Robo builds. So yeah, just not really in the meta anymore because of that. But then sometimes if a player, you know, just throws it in here and there and Zerg isn't as tight with the responses, it can definitely work. The thing is that most builds that counter Glaive Adept openers will also counter Robo. We actually see the first shade finishing up here in the main base. He's gonna get 1 or 2 link kills, but might need to pay with his life for that. I think it's gonna be really close. Is going to end up falling in the natural, where there was a queen waiting for him. Well done there by Ragnarok. Throws down a creep tumor immediately. So yeah, this is going to be a... Yeah, this is a very crappy wall here by Patience. You need to use 1 extra pylon, which is not necessary if you just put this cyber core 1 block down. So this is what I was talking about earlier. Now we have this prism moving out, gets spotted immediately by Ragnarok. Ragnarok, seeing the timing of this prism, knows that it's Robo first. He should know at least. I'm not quite sure about this spore. Perhaps this is a spore for zoning and not a spore for DTs. As that would make absolutely no sense. We see 16 links coming out as well. No minerals have been mined. Oh no, these minerals have been mined, excuse me. So this is one of those things which is very difficult to deal with if you don't have these minerals mined, because then 2 units over here can be parked and deny mining on the gold forever. That's not quite what you want. Now we see Patience not really doing anything with this prism, gets spotted by these links. This dumb bird is just sitting there, picking his own feathers. Goes on to live another day. Observer making its way across the map as well will be going to scout. That third, I think he's going to go into observer mode here. No, just going to chill over here. We'll see anything pop. We see a spine on the way, a roach warren on the way, no lair as of yet. It's kind of interesting to see. Yeah, there we go, observer mode. Here for Patience, it's going to be able to spot whatever comes out of these eggs, these little Zerg cocoons. This battery makes absolutely no sense as well, I love it. This is Patience in a nutshell, walking across the map with 3 units. Can get surrounded by links at any given moment, but Patience doesn't believe in what-if scenarios. He just believes in the here and now. Don't come to him with your, but what if, because Patience doesn't care. He just pushed on the map with 3 units. Tried to force out a couple of units, then goes back home, takes a third base. That's how Patience does it. If you don't like it, you can suck it. Patience gonna drop it. Yes, perhaps a couple of What was that? Okay, starts 2 more stalkers. So now he has 4 stalkers. He has an observer as well. We see another spore on the way in case of DTs, which good freaking call because there is a dark shrine here. I mean, as a Zerg, you've got to be so confused playing against this, right? Like, what the hell is happening here? Now, Lair has finished up at this point. There is spores in 2 out of the 3 bases, so I'm curious what Patient's bigger plan he has here, honestly. I mean, so far he's killed 1 worker and 6 units, as you see. He killed 4 links, 1 overlord, and 1 drone, and that's it. He's getting blink, he's getting a 3rd base. Immortals are on the way, but it's actually... Wait, oh, he built 4 DTs, but he's aware that there's a spore here, and there's a spine. So DTs are gonna be dropped on top of this army, I guess. I have no clue what Patience is doing, but this 3rd base seems to be a forfeit. DT's in the backline doing a decent amount of damage here. Still a couple of links. Now Patience comes here to try and save this base. Piles rain down on that pylon. Won't be enough to kill it. DT's doing a lot of work again, slashing down a lot of the roaches. Even chasing, like prism chasing against these DTs. Is there an overseer yet? No, but there's one on the way. Oh, there is one overseer actually, excuse me. Now this battery is coming in handy. Battery overcharge being cast immediately. Prism is coming back. Patience realizing that it is necessary indeed. Couple of piles hitting hard on this immortal. 1 immortal does fall. Battery overcharge about to run out, but this isn't quite the attack that Ragnarok was hoping for, I believe. Beautiful pickup micro here by Patience, but it's gonna be still kind of a rough hold, honestly. I mean, he has 2 immortals, he has blink. There's so many links, there's so many roaches here. That gold base really paying dividends here for Ragnarok, who is still outmining his opponent, even though they're completely equal in worker count. Oh, it is going to be a nasty surround as well. Where are the DTs? Oh, 2 Archons being morphed in the middle of the map are not going to be able to help out these 2 immortals that fall. rough position here for Patience, who sees his 3rd base die. And now will blink forward to clear this Ravager. No. There is 2 Archons in this prism, and we see more Stalkers on the way for Patience as well. There's still an Observer out. This game makes absolutely no sense. This is like any other Patience game, though. Like any other Patience game. 3rd base being taken right now here for Patience once again. After the first 3rd base fell. 4th base on the way here for Ragnarok makes sense. This gold is about to start running dry. We see 3 patches about to falter, and then having this as a 4th base is nice. Problem is he doesn't quite have the appropriate drone count. Now we see a Robobay Forge on the way. Charge is starting as well. Blink not being utilized whatsoever. Basically just losing a bunch of units. Blinks forward, tries to kill a couple more Zerglings. These Archons are putting in some work, killing 2 workers. Try to aim for more here, and this is kind of oh my god. Kind of annoying here for Ragnarok, who almost got an Archon there. Usually I think I'm quite good at calling how games are looking, but this game has made so little sense for me so far that I'm not quite sure how I want to call it. I mean, we have one guy who's mining out the gold right now, another guy's mining out his main, probably his natural soon as well. I mean, yeah, some of these patches are getting really dangerously low. There's almost no creep. We have +1 range on the way at 9 minutes into the game. Usually this starts at like 6 minutes latest. Disruptors, and we see more roaches. So disruptors are good against Roach Ravager, and they absolutely suck against Ling or Ling Bane. But his work account for Ragnarok is still pretty atrocious. He's gonna need to really drone up. I mean, he still has some rich mineral fields here, and his spine actually helping him conserve one of the close patches, because these drones take the long way around. To a bottle whiskey for the way, but I sure would like some sweet company. And I'm bringing the gold minerals home, what do you say? Around the spine. Alright, that's it. 4 drones do go down to that 1 DT. A couple of changelings on the map, and here we're gonna see another attack. 181 supply against 130 at this point. There's a couple of disruptor shots. Actually, there's only 1, so the disruptor shot does need to be very, very good. Let's hope it doesn't whiff here for Patience. There's a lot of Ravagers though, almost no links, and all the links that are there are gonna get absolutely destroyed by these Archons. Good start of the fight here by Patience. Every second that goes by is gonna be a good second, closer to +1 as well. We see a little bit of a rotation coming out here from Ragnarok, who goes for a complete surround on this army. Disruptor gets a single Ravager. Do we have a battery overcharge? We don't have it available right now, or just got cast somewhere and I missed it. Oh, it is looking very, very nasty here for Patience. It got cast in a natural, what a mistake. No blink being utilized once again, but the deeper that Ragnarok goes, the more trouble he seems to be in. We still have one Disruptor shot. Oh, that's gonna hit a lot. Oh, nasty shot there, killing 5-6 roaches, 1 Ravager going down. Biles not being dodged, but only kill 1 Stalker. Another Disruptor shot coming in. Not gonna be able to be cast though, as everything's too far away. Blink forward here by Patience, gonna be chasing those Ravagers and roaches. I think one more Blink's gonna get at least 2 more Ravagers. That's 1, and that's gonna be 2. 1 more roach will go down as well. No, decides to switch priorities, go into the Overseers. Big Ling run by meanwhile in the main base. We see a couple of Stalkers, Zealots being warped in. There's +1 on these Zealots, so we'll be able to deal with this well, but I think it's just not enough Zealots. Is there any upgrades on the Links? No, right? No, we don't have any yet. No Carapace, no nothing. 10 workers go down. Nasty little run by there by Ragnarok, who's doing a fantastic job focus firing these probes. Gets 3 more than I thought he would get. 5th base on the way. Worker count looking favorable here for Ragnarok. What's the Disruptor count? We're on 2. 2 Disruptors, 48 workers. Templar Archives going down. Combination with a single DT being wiped in. Now we're truly getting in the territory where I don't think you... In chess they usually say this is a completely new game. You know, when a move is played that has never been played before. I feel like this was a completely new game at the 3 minute and 50 seconds mark already, and then every single move Patience made from there created a completely new game again. Moves that have never been made before, basically. Situations that haven't been played, except maybe in Patience's mind. This guy is an absolute madman. +2 is about to finish up. He's floating a casual 900 minerals, getting a fort base on the gold, obviously, where else? There's a lot of banelings right now though, and that's a real issue here for Patience, because there's baneling speed, there's +1 done for those melee attacks, and we see 26 banes, and he's getting Storm. Disruptor Storm. And I thought I'd seen it all. This is not actually a strategy either. If he gets it though, that would be good. So Disruptors of course great against Ravager, Roach, and Storm brilliant against banelings, but usually this kind of logic is not quite how StarCraft 2 works. You know, Immortal kills Roach, Zealot kills Ling, so Zealot Immortal should be unbeatable, but usually these kind of hard counters are not really the way StarCraft 2 is played, right? There's more factors, but in Patience's mind, that's exactly how it works. There's no unit in the wall once again. Disruptor shots are coming out, we'll be zoning a bit. We have an army up here, just consisting of Stalkers. Storm is still a little bit away, about 15 seconds or so. Force field's going down. Disruptor shot being cast. It's gonna barely miss everything. I think this might just be it, as we see a contain on the Templar Archives, and Ragnarok rolls in. Sonic Storm 3 seconds away. I don't think it would have mattered, but that's just an afterthought at this point. Just an afterthought. Fantastic game. And this is what we tune in for StarCraft for. A true strategy game is what Patience makes of it, because he plays a new strategy every single game. Well, if you did like that, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and leave a comment down below. It helps me out a lot, and I'll see you all next time for a new video. Bye bye.